Hey you guys, how was your day? Talk to me. Let's see, I made you a video, well, again, this morning about guilt. Hey there, tell me what your name is, where you're from, and if you want to ask a question, put it into the little, Q&A rectangle. I made you a video earlier today about guilt, so tell me which one do you want me to make next. I have my list here. Like flashbacks, bad dreams, obsessive thoughts, children's triggers. I think maybe I'll make one about how to control emotions, because that's the one that comes up a lot. Because for a lot of us abuse survivors, we go either into this mode where we're really emotional, like it's all just pouring out, or we're completely shutting down. So, wherever you are in this spectrum, I've been in both. I would shut down and be non-emotional, completely numb for so long that I would not even feel anything, and then I would not talk either. I know, I think it's called selective mutism or something like that, but I just literally would not talk. And the longer I didn't talk, the harder it was to talk for me. But my body really needed to feel emotions, right? So then I would lash out. It would kind of like come out all in a blur, especially if somebody would come to me and say, hey, how are you feeling? And I would just slam them with everything that's going on, and I couldn't shut up. Or if any of you experienced that, I would talk so fast that my mouth actually would not catch up with my brain, because I was so happy. Hey there. Because I was so happy that somebody actually cared, which was wrong. Most of the time people asked, and when I started going blah, 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 they would just be like, whoa, that's too much. Goodbye. I don't need to know all that stuff. So I learned really quickly to really shut it down. And so that's why I hid from people for many, many years. But, we're not machines, right? So we're feeling emotions. And so I would be like on this kind of a swing, right? It's either I would feel a lot. Oh, I love my pants. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. So if you want to ask me a question, because tonight is about Q&A, and usually when I go live in the evening, I ask you guys, what do you want me to make the video for tomorrow? So I made you one today about the guilt that you feel when you leave your abusive homes. Anybody else here in the same boat, where you left the place, you left the people who hurt you, you left the place where you got hurt, and then you feel guilty because maybe somebody was left in there, and maybe someone in your family you actually did care about, and as we all are, still little kids inside, right? As much as we want to, we still love. There is a part of us that still loves our abusers, because if they're mom and dad, that's the only mom and dad you got, So you don't want to love them. You actually hate it that you feel compassion towards them, or yearning, or want to be with them, but you can't help it. So I know I've been in the same position, and I'm thinking, God, how can you even love someone like that? But it's just, you can't tell your kid inside of you that don't love your mom and don't love your dad. That's pretty much the only people you have in your life, right? So, so back to the emotional swings for tomorrow. Talk to me, guys. Ask questions in the Q&A, not in the comments, so I can pull it up and answer. But what do you want me to make a video about tomorrow? So what I'm thinking about is how to control your emotions. So when you're completely overwhelmed and everything is going fucking flying out of you, you're feeling sad and happy and jealous and afraid, and it's like there's such a cocktail of emotions that you can't even identify them. Anybody ever been in that place where you feel so much that you don't even know what you feel anymore? And so there's only two solutions. Either one, you just let it all pour it out and you freak people out, usually, right? Or, right? Yeah, same here. Or you just go, well, there's no point in feeling anything. You completely shut it down. Like you shut it down to the point of numbness, and then you don't even know that you're feeling anything anymore. And so people start getting weirded out by you because you go dark, you don't contact anybody, so you literally go into the place where you don't feel, don't talk, don't think, right? And you just go on this autopilot. Then you actually wonder how you live. And you can go like this for a while until you get really depressed and suicidal. Been there? Me? Right? Anybody else? Raise your hand. And then people don't understand. People who are trying to help you, because a lot of people are trying to help you. They're like, oh, you know, you need to go see a therapist, or you need medication, or blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's true in some way. But most of it is not that. Most of us don't need, you know, medication. Most of us are not really deeply into that pain unless we really are going through the rough time. Most of us just need somebody to take all of those emotions, like hold space for us. Have you guys ever seen a toddler having a tantrum? Have any of you ever had a tantrum? I didn't. Like, as a kid, I could never have a tantrum. Like, I never, you know, rolled on the floor or screamed or cried my eyes out or anything. I was very quiet, and I would cry silently. Like, the tears would roll down my cheeks, but I would not make any noise whatsoever, because any noise meant more punishment, right? So, can you imagine as a kid is having rolling on the ground, let's say outside or in the grocery store? It's totally fine. Everybody's like, oh, it's just a kid having a tantrum. But can you have an adult tantrum? No fucking way. I mean, what if you're at workspace or you're surrounded by people somewhere? It's like, what do you even do? So you hold it all in, right? So, oh, hey, London, UK. Yeah, if you want me to answer a question, please put it in the Q&A box. I can totally be your new mom. I'll be your, спасибо, пожалуйста. I can be your TikTok mom, totally. So that's what I wanted to make a video for tomorrow, if that resonates, you guys. So keep talking, but how do you control emotions? Because what happens is when you get overwhelmed, oh, hey, Evelyn from Orlando, right on. You just don't, you don't know how to bottle all of this up. So it's like you have extremes. Does it make sense? Like, you either completely shut down and you feel nothing, or you have to feel it all and like throw it out into people's faces and people freak the fuck out. So that's what I was going to make a video for tomorrow, which is what if it hits you when, you know, if you like do that at the workspace, you're going to get fucking fired, right? Or you're at a family gathering or whatever, right? So what do you actually do? In my case, and tell me how it worked for you, and also ask questions. In my case, the only solution for me was to write it out into fiction. Like, you know, just today I wrote a story in my community where I'm leading circles where we have writing exercises that I lead. And I killed my parents in that story. And yesterday I killed my parents again. And the day before I killed my parents again. It's just like, I have to get this rage out, and that's why I'm so like happy most of the time, is because I don't bottle it up anymore. Like, every day I do a daily mental health exercise. That's what I call it. I'm writing a book right now, kind of like Silence of the Lambs, a thriller. So I'm writing all of my rage into that because I still feel a lot of it. And it's been 12 years that I've been on my healing journey, and still I feel rage. And sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not so good, you know. So this is one solution for me, but tell me, you know, shout out in the comments, like, what has worked for you when you feel completely overwhelmed with your emotions. And let me take a look at, oh, this is cool. A question in Russian. Что делать, если ты не умеешь морально отдыхать? Where are you from, Miss Granger? I think we talked yesterday, weren't you? From St. Petersburg? So anyway, guys, I can talk Russian to you too, so I'll translate it. The question is what to do if you cannot morally take a rest, or cannot rest mentally. Is that what you mean? Yeah? So your brain is, am I getting it right? Miss Granger, just tell us. So your brain continuously goes like when you actually just want to have like any kind of peace. It just keeps talking. Питер, да, привет. Неважно на каком языке. Ну да, скажи как по-английски. То есть это как, ну, когда в голове крутится, ты не можешь просто остановить, да, поток мыслей. You guys, I can teach you some Russian, I guess, if you wanna kind of chime in and understand what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna translate for you. So the question is, if I'm understanding it correctly, any of you have that? Like, you know, you do actually get a break from all the shit. You know, like people around you, or stress, or job, or whatnot. But you can't, like, rest, right? You can't have any peace because it keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Oh, hey, from Puerto Rico. Hey, 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 hey. Oh my God, this is great, you guys. I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. I'm so happy, Ethid. I'm so really, really happy that it's helping you. So just tell us, Miss Granger, if my translation is correct. So how do you make it stop? Yeah, a really good idea. First of all, realize this is not you. I know how a lot of us do. Any of you have heard this expression, or people talk like, oh, you have voices in your head, or, you know, like blah, 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 whatever is happening, right? But it's not actually you or your voices, okay? What it is those people who told you all that shit when you were little, and they keep yakking in your head because you never actually beat the crap out of them and told them, get the fuck out. Like, you own it, right? We talked about this in a circle today in my community, Emberville, with other Embers. We call our community members Embers. So it was really interesting. It's like, okay, like rent. Okay, here's the concept. So you own this, right? You own the body. Oh, hey, from Chile. But these fucking people are still sitting there. But they gotta pay rent, right? I mean, they are in there, and they probably will stay there for life, right? They will never shut up. However, you can shut the door and close the room where they're sitting, and it gets muted. So it's like, make them pay. You know what I mean? Like, they're renting the space in your head, right? So the way you would do it, the way I usually would do it, is I would talk to them, and I would shout at them and yell at them and tell them, this is what you caused to me, and fuck you, and I hate you, and blah, blah, blah. So you can either do it, you know, sitting down and actually literally closing your eyes, imagining that person and shout at them. Or the way I did it is, you know, I'm writing books. So like in my book, I would constantly tell all of these things that I wanted to my father, right? And I killed him multiple times. I mean, if you're having trouble imagining, once you get these voices going, what you can do, you know, take a chair or something, and you put it across of you, and you put that person in that chair, okay? You imagine they're there. Oh, hugs to you. I'm sorry you're crying, Care Bears. You put that chair in there, and you just fucking shout. All of that, you know, is like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Like, all of you telling me is not true. This is your fear. And so the more you do it, here's an example. Your brain actually doesn't know much difference. Your brain thinks that if you're talking to a chair with a person in it, it is very similar to the actual real person. I have never done it, I haven't done it, so I heard it from people who do that. For me, what worked is when I would go into, my books there's a few of my books are audiobooks, not all of them, but if you go to Amazon and you type in my name, a few of them will come up. I think only 2 or 3 audiobooks that I have, not all of them yet. And another solution for you could be, which again helped me, I would write this into like a short story, not necessarily a book, but like I would schedule 20 minutes, okay? And I would sit down and I would describe the actual conversation. So instead of it going in here, I would put it on paper. And when I put it on paper, that's what helped me put it behind me, you know? So it's almost like this is your weapon, okay? Storytelling. So when somebody is in your head and they're continuously talking like blah, 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 like you're shit and you suck and you da, 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 you can't break it if it's in there because it's continuously running. The only way you can break it is if you put it out of there. And so writing is what helped me. I mean, you can try imagining on a chair that other person, you know, I'm talking to them. But basically, you talk to the person who's in your head to realize that this is not you who's telling you this. These people are no longer there, right? Well, some of you potentially are still living with your abusers. I hope not many. So for me, the case is those people are not here anymore, right? I'm not a little girl anymore, but they do pop into my head. And when they do, I tell them, get the fuck out, you know? And the way I do it is I would write it. I'm a writer, and obviously not all of us are writers, but I hope this is answering your question. Miss Granger, привет, как тебя звать? Let me keep going. Yeah, I feel you, Anna Zaratex. Anybody else can relate to Anna or Anna? Is it Anna or Anna, or what's your actual name? I have the same issue, is I would lock down. Did anybody else has that? When you just freeze. When you have anxiety, it is so terrible that your mouth atrophies, like your tongue. You can't really speak. Right? First one? Which one did I say first? Anna or Anna? Anna. Okay, 1 is Anna. 2 is Anna. Which one is it? First? Anna? Just tell me if it's first. Yeah, so what happens is it's danger. Okay, so your body... Oh, second one now. Okay, Anna. So it is Anna. Okay, I got it. Is it Anna? Oh, I hate it. I don't, guys, have much of it anymore because I'm pretty much in the place where I healed myself. But I still go into these, into like a frozen anxiety. And on the surface, you can't tell. Anybody else has this? You actually smile and you act like it's fine, right? And you're just like, you're okay, you're holding it together. But inside of you is like this turmoil. And even when you try to speak, like some stuff comes jumbled out. Like the sentence that you actually say is not what you mean to say. Or there's just like a complete disconnect between the brain and what you're saying. So, oh, hey there. So for me... Again, when I would get into that place, the best thing that always helped me, and tell me guys if you've done that, because I know a bunch of you have done the inner child work, I would have to turn away from everything. And if it was online, I would turn everything off, like my phone, my computer. But if it was with people, I would go out. Like if it was at the party or I'm among people, if I couldn't go out, I would go to the restroom. That was my solution for even when I was a kid, because it was the only place where I could lock the door. Actually, in the apartment where I grew up, the toilet door didn't lock. But at least I could go in there, close the door, and if I was peeing or pretending that I pooped for too long, or whatever, right? So I could be there alone. So right now, what I'm doing is I would go in a place where I can be alone, and I talk to my inner child, and I say, hey, what's going on? Why are you scared? Where are you anxious? And I start talking to her, asking, where is it in your body? So I locate it in my body. Usually it's in my belly and it would be scrunched up. And I always ask, like, what color is it? Does it hurt? What's going on? And what happens usually, the little girl, she tells me a story. And sometimes it's totally crazy. Like it sounds so outlandish and I don't even know where it comes from. But it comes from imagination, right? And it comes from how, as a child, I processed that. Whatever is the source of that anxiety, right? And so usually it takes me about 10 to 20 minutes. It used to take me hours when I was in a really, really bad place. So there isn't a quick fix, Anna, to answer your question. But I would say that when you're being anxious, that means that your body is actually telling you, hey, I need your attention. Please take care of me. Like, listen to me, please. And we're not trained to do that. Or we don't even, it's not even normal. I mean, can you imagine you're going out or you're with friends and you're like, oh, hey, sorry, I need to talk to my body for a second. What's going to be their reaction? People will be like, huh? What? Hey, good evening. So, right? We don't, or you can say, hey guys, I just need a break. I need to go talk to my inner child. People will be like, again, you what? You would be called weird, or people would freak out, or hey there, or they would just misunderstand you. Granted, hopefully you will have a few friends who understand you really, really well, or they've been going through the same stuff. So then we're not equipped really in the way, oh, good morning, right? It's good night or good morning, whatever time you are. So when you talk to yourself, imagine it that it's not weird. You're not being weird or strange, and not so much talking to yourself, but try to find that kid inside of you, because whatever happened to you happened at different ages. And if you find that particular age, you can actually pull that story out. And if you do talk to yourself in that age, that is your inner child. You have multiple, they're 2 and 5 and 10 and 13 and 7.5. Like every time an event happened, it got lodged in your body. Even if your brain blocked it, your body knows. The body can't lie. Like one of my favorite books about this is Body Keeps the Score. I told you guys about it, right? And another one, The Body Never Lies. That one is by Alice Miller. If you want to slam yourself with some deep shit reading, some really hard stuff, then I highly recommend you read that, because it will show you exactly what is happening. Like when you go through a traumatic experience, how it gets blocked, but how your body can't lie. So like, for example, if you're sitting down on a couch and somebody's hand goes up and you flinch, you can't lie. You see what I mean? Your body can't lie. Your body flinches. The book is called The Body Keeps the Score. Or if you just go Google, I think the author is Bessel von something. The book, you know, I lended it to someone, and I think somebody didn't return it to me. It was like one of my favorite books. Do I have it? I'm just looking at my bookshelves. Yeah, I think I just gave it to someone because I read it, and I believe in passing on books. You know, like I gave it to someone maybe, and I told them that if they don't return it to me, that please pass it on to somebody else. What's happening right now, like what's happening, yeah, it is an amazing book. What's happening in families, in society, in like just bigger circles, in communities all over the world, is that we don't have a recognized mechanism to help each other. That's why Gugus are here. This is why I'm here, right? We're trying, you're very welcome. We're trying to create a safe community where we can talk about it, and so we can heal each other. Like, I'm not a professional therapist, right? You're not professional therapists or, you know, psychologists or trained mental health professionals, but you've been through some shit, right? I've been through some shit, and I'm sharing with you what happened to me, and I'm sharing with you all the hacks. You know, I'm a hacker, so I try to hack my way to my health. Like literally, I tried to find all the shortcuts I could. I nerded out. Yeah, we're sharing our tools, exactly. So that's why I'm building my community called Embraville, where we are going to be, you know, it's a community of creative healers. We're basically healing each other through creativity. So that's the point. The point is that scare me. The point is that we're overwhelmed. Like right now, especially because of COVID, we're in the middle of mental health epidemic. And also because all of this is coming up, everything has been going on for generations, finally is bubbling to the surface. That we're just not equipped to deal with this stuff. Like we're not teaching our children, right? We're not telling them your body is your own, create boundaries, you know, here's how to be safe. Nobody has a right to touch you ever, 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 right? This is how you take care of yourself. This is how you take care of your mental well-being, and on and on and on. No, what do? We send them to schools that are like fucking jail, right? And then in the school, what do they study? Algebra and geometry. And why the fuck do they need that? I mean, sure, if they can gonna become a scientist or something, right? They can go and study that. But you got calculators, like all of this stuff you studied. Did you ever use that? You know, physics or what? But you don't know probably how to balance your checkbook. Not many of us did. Like I had no fucking clue about financials. Yay! Yeah, come to my free circle. It's gonna be this Saturday. The link is in the bio. In my bio, click on that, and then in the link tree, the very first will say sign up for my free circle. So, and we don't teach mental health. Like we don't teach how do you deal with stress and how do you deal with pain. You know, how do you deal with PTSD? If you have flashbacks, if you have panic attacks, if you have anxiety, like what do you do? Or how do you deal with that with each other, right? So that's why, you know, to answer your question, Anna, is what you need to do is so frightening because you're going to go against the grain. Most people will not understand. They'll be like, what? You know, when you tell them, hey guys, I need a 5-minute break. I need to go talk to my inner child. Or you tell them, hey guys, I really need to talk to my body right now. Like it doesn't exist in our language. So I really hope that maybe we will be the beginning of it, right? So we tell each other, I need to talk to my body right now. I need to tell it that I love it, you know? Or I need to talk to my inner child who is 5 or maybe 10, you know? And then can you imagine how awesome it would have been when people would be like, oh yeah, I'll see you in 10 minutes. You know, go use my bedroom or something. But it's not existent. So we'll all hide it. We've all been through trauma. And then if you ask anybody, hey, have you had trauma? No. No, I'm happy. I'm going on Facebook. I'm posting all these happy pictures of puppies and, you know, new house I bought, new car I bought, da da da. And later we find out the person is depressed and they're divorcing and or something else happened. We're like, what? Wait, but you just posted these beautiful pictures of going on vacation. So this is what we do. Like, we put on this fake mask, right? So this is my really long answer to your question, Anna. Hey there, welcome. If you want me to answer your question, put it in the little question box thingy for QA, and I'll pull it up and I'll answer. So, can we all send love to Aleza Sey, however you pronounce it? Yeah, absolutely, Anna. I hope it helps you. You know what? That's fucking awesome. Fucking hate them. I mean, seriously, hate them. Hate their guts. Go out there right now and scream your hate. Can you do that? I wish I could see you on camera at the moment. There is nothing to feel bad about. Like, you really need to let that hate out. That hate is eating you alive. The question box, people told me, is next to the gift icon. Can somebody say, she wrote writer to where do you put in your questions? Because I guys, I don't know. My screen is a little different from yours. So if you tell us what your name is, Aleza, I don't know if that's your actual name, but it feels good. Like, seriously, I just told everybody that I killed my parents in my story today. And I killed them yesterday. And the day before. And there's hardly a day when I don't hurt them, quote unquote, in my stories, right? So it's good that you hate them. Oh, Alexa. Okay. Does it make sense? Like, there is nothing wrong with feeling hate. Okay, can we just all talk here a little bit about emotions? There's nothing wrong, you guys, with feeling hate or jealousy or hostility. Okay? The way we portray it is like, oh, it's okay to feel happy, right? Oh, but it's not okay to feel hate. Oh, no, it's not. Which is bullshit, because all of our emotions are beautiful. Like, we are beautiful with all of it. Anger and hatred and jealousy and, like, you know, anything that we feel, together with the good stuff too, right? So, no, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a fellow survivor who nerded out on shit because therapists couldn't help me and I was so sick that I didn't know what else to do to heal. So, Alexa, can you own that hate? Like, can you actually go and scream it out or write it out into a story? Write it into a letter to your parents. Never send it to them, but write out all of that hate. Like, go nuts. Yeah, it is a really good idea. Guys, I kid you not. This is why I am so healthy and happy. It's because I never store this shit anymore. I don't have it here. I don't have it here. It's not in my stomach. It's gone. So, like, this morning I wrote about killing them. Yesterday I killed them. And the day before I killed them. Sometimes it's just my father. Sometimes it's my mother too. Like, seriously, it's the best therapy there is. It's not even, yes, you own your hate. And you write the shit out of it. Meaning you just write it all out. If you want to, write it and send me an email. I want to read your story of hate. Or write a letter, but send it to me, not to your parents, okay? Or better yet, come to my free circle this Saturday. In my circle, I call it circle because we're going to limit it to number of people. We're going to be doing a writing exercise. And that exercise is going to be, you know, something like this, which is how do you write out your emotion into a story? Okay, this is your story. You're going to kill your parents in your story, right? But the story itself is fictional. So when you write it, you change your name, you change your parents' name. Like the stories that I'm writing, I'm changing the appearance and the names, and that gives you distance and the ability to actually perform, quote unquote, the murder. Because in real life, of course, you'll never do it, right? But this is why fiction is so healing, is because the brain, again, doesn't know the difference. Do you know this? How many of you have read a book about something that you can't do, like spread the wings and fly, for example, right? So you read that book and you really feel like you're flying, right? Because the brain doesn't know. The brain is like, woo! So it's the same thing. That's why there's a joke that all the horror writers are like the sweetest people because they write like the most horrific books. I get it that they probably never store any of that shit in their bodies, right? So it's just ridiculous that we are not trained to deal with that. And then the problem is that we go along in life pretending that we're fine. And we're not. And we don't even know how to talk about it to each other. We don't even know how to support each other. So that's what we're here for. And does it help, Alexa? Does it answer your question? I want to make sure that you got it all before I'm going to move on to the next question. Like, does this help you to actually own it? Like, revel in it. Like, take pleasure in it. You know what I mean? Like, just really, really go, I'm going to hate them. Like, give yourself permission. Okay, this is a good one. Give yourself permission to hate. If you can't, I'm giving you permission. Can we play this game? Alexa, I'm giving you permission. Go ahead and do that. Yes, absolutely. Yep, yes, absolutely. Okay, awesome. Really great. I saw a lot of comments from Angel Guidro's suit. I'm so happy you don't have hate in your heart. If you want me to answer your question. Okay, great. Just put it in the little question box thing. So I never really struggled with addiction. I was more of a workaholic. Anybody else can relate? Like, I didn't really drink or do drugs, but I would work myself to death. Anybody else can relate to that? So, because it seemed so good. It seemed to be good for other people. I was working, but it was so much bullshit because the working was actually grinding me into the ground. But I could tell people, it wasn't like, oh, hey guys, I drank 3 bottles of vodka today, something like that. No, I've never heard of Wayne Dyer, right? But I would go, whoa, I worked 12 hours today. And people would be like, wow, you're such a good worker. You're such a hard worker. Wow, it's amazing. And I would get this like fake, encouragement, right? Because people told me, you're great. And I would keep working and I would keep working. I basically worked until I got sick. I got my body sick. That was my way of being addicted. So I don't know how it is for you guys. And oh, thank you so much for the gift. To me, what kicked me out of it is, first of all, I got very sick. Like, oh, and thank you for the fire. And I couldn't continue working simply because I was sick. Like, my body was sick. I was sick. So that was like the first kind of a red flag. My body was like, wake up, stop. Talk to me. What are you doing? And the second one was, for me, I went back to Russia to see my sister who was getting married. And I saw my father after, I think it was 3 or 4 years, and I haven't seen him in a long time. And I've been in a different country. And really, I changed a lot. And I spoke back to him for the first time in my life. Like, he was saying nasty things about my sister, and I got really upset. And I just challenged him right there. And I have never done that before. But it was easier because there was this distance, right? So he said, well, why are you so angry at me? He kissed the top of my head. And that was the trigger, because this is what he's done to me after he hurt me. I would be crying. And again, it took me a long time to uncover that memory, and it's still in pieces. But my body remembered. My brain, I didn't remember, but my body reacted. And I came back to US, and I started having a panic attack upon panic attack upon panic attack. So in a way, to answer your question, and what is your actual name? Rat from the club. I love your little rat picture and your name, your TikTok name. It was my body that forced me to stop working. I used to have a startup, used to have a company, and I was running it, and I was working like crazy, right? Crazy hours. And then I just had to. I was so dysfunctional and I was so sick that I had to go and pay attention to my body for the first time in my life. You guys, I was 33. So I ran away from home when I was 17. Any other runaways here? I became a mom when I was 17. I got pregnant immediately and gave birth. I was a teen mom. I gave birth to my daughter at 18. So if you calculate in terms of years, it was almost close to 20 years that it took me to process all the shit that happened to me. It was all blocked in my body. And from that one kiss, that one breaking of the pattern, if you will. Yeah, so I broke the pattern by speaking back to my father. I have never done it before. And oh, hey, another runaway. Right on. High five. We did it. We did it. We left those fucking assholes behind. So that's what forced me into my recovery journey, is because my body was like, all right, bitch, you're ready. Like, seriously, you didn't listen to me for almost 20 fucking years. I'm gonna kick your ass. And it did. I could not work. For 2 years, I had to see 3 doctors per week. And if not for my ex-husband back then who had medical insurance, I don't know. I honestly don't know what would have happened to me, because I could not work and I couldn't make money. I couldn't support myself. I was very sick. So hopefully this is answering your question, Rat from the club. Or tell us what your name and where you're from. Oh, you got pregnant at 17 too? Oh, you had a termination. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, hey, I almost had an abortion. Almost. Do you know what my family did? Again, everybody, oh, thank you for the heart. Whew, that's tough. I'm so sorry. So here's what my family did. They put me in a hospital. They wanted me to do an abortion. I was like already dressed in the robe, you know, like when you're waiting to have an abortion happen to you. Oh, Emily from Texas. Thank you so much for your question. So they did an ultrasound, you know, and they were not supposed to show you the baby. And the thing that saved me, I think, and my daughter, is that I was a whole month too late. Like, I misjudged the time. I thought I wasn't pregnant, but I was a month more pregnant than the usual, you know, abortion time or whatever. So they were able to see, and I still remember that as now on the screen, there was this nub, this like a dot. And then I had another dot, which was a hand, and it moved. And because I asked the nurse, I'm like, can I see? She's like, I'm not supposed to show you. I'm like, can I please see? I want to see. And that was it. I was like, my daughter's waving to me. Like, I'm not killing her. I ran away from the hospital. Basically, I was supposed to go under the knife, and I was like, nope, I can't do it. And because everybody wanted to, they said, you're stupid, you're young, this is crazy, go chuck it, you know, chuck the baby. I'm so happy I didn't, because my daughter really helped me put my life together. I was just too busy being a mom to go nuts from all the shit that happened to me. Like, I had to push it down. Yes, the bad stuff of it was that I had to push my pain away, but the beautiful good stuff of it was I had another living being, and I loved her so much, and I vowed to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna be the best mom I possibly can be, so that she never has to suffer what I suffered from my parents. And she's a dear, like, I love her so much, and she says I'm like the best mom in the world. So I succeeded in that. Yeah, the tips. Can we please share with Morgan Kenny, do you have any tips of running away? You know, it's like those of you who did run away. I mean, and again, you can ask me a question for everybody to see, because we kind of strayed away from your question on how to overcome addiction. That was like a really long, woo! Oh, hey there. Hey, oh my God, Gordon. I just blinked on your name for a second. So my daughter's 26 now. Let me take a look. Exactly down there. Yeah, yes. So let's see. Yeah, why does rejection feel like poison? I feel you. You know, because you have hope. You're like this little kid who still hopes for love. And that rejection is like it's ripping your heart out. And it's just, oh, you just turned 27. Happy birthday. Happy 27. That's awesome. So, you know, you can never get over it. So I just basically cut off contact with my family, because I understood that I always yearned this, like, I love you. this phrase, you know, from them. I'll never hear it from my dad. I don't even know when I'm gonna see my dad. I don't even know if I'll see him before he dies, or even if he dies or when he dies. I don't even know if anybody will tell me that he's dead, or if I'll have to go and see him. I have a little more contact with my mom, but it's kind of similar because some days she's in a good place and she actually might listen to me, because every time I call her, she just talks about herself. It's like, la 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 la, I can go for an hour, 2 hours. There was never a question of, how are you? You know? Sometimes she gets better. Like recently, once when I called her, she actually asked me how I am, and I like literally like almost fell out of my chair. I was like, you're asking me? Like, holy shit. So that rejection feels so hurtful is because you always hope, like you expect something. So the bad news is it's never coming. The good news is you can stop expecting it. Like, just chuck those people out of your life. I understand that they're mom and dad, but also find people that are your true family. Okay, this is just your biological family. You don't owe them anything, and they've done their part. They've been adults when they decided to have you as a kid. Yeah? So, and especially if your parent is an alcoholic, like what you're saying, Angel. It's like there's nothing you can do. Okay, you have to help yourself first. So that is going to hurt you. Are you going to keep touching a frying pan? Like, you guys, when you were kids, you tried touching the hot pan on the stove, yeah? Anybody else here? I still remember that moment. You are not going to touch it again, are you? So why the fuck do you keep your hand burning on the hot stove, right? On the pan. Why? Why do you keep coming to it when it fucking burns you? Every single time you touch it, it burns you, but you keep stubbornly trying to touch it. That is what's happening here. That is what I had to realize. I was like, can I just stop this? Like, can I understand that I need to take care of me? Every time I touch my mom, it hurts me. You know, it's like the hot stove, like the hot pan on the stove. I'm like, I have blisters. Why don't I stop? It's because I always wait. Every time when I called her, I would wait. And I would hope with that kid inside of me, hoping, please, can you tell me you love me? Can you pay attention to me, please? Yeah, you have got to stop hoping. Because the hard truth that you realize, you will never get it. You know, she will never accept you. And I know this is really, really hurting to hear it, to own it. I've been there. But trust me, once you own it and you understand that your mom is not really your mom. I mean, she's biological mom, but she's not a proper parent, right? Like with my mom, she never properly parented me. There were actually times when I had to parent her. And once you realize that, it becomes so easy because you don't care anymore. Because it's not a rejection. You don't actually perceive it as a rejection. You become a parent, and your parent becomes a child. And you understand that what they tell you is almost like an emotion, like a tantrum in a way. But it is not what a parent tells to a child. And so it's no longer a rejection. Do you follow? User 3077 and, you know, the long number. Does that answering? Can you guys relate to this? Have any of you done this work here that I'm talking about? Have any of you understood that you just will never get the love that you want from your family, like a single family member or your whole family? Anybody else with me? Have you done that? Or are you still in the middle of it, or maybe working on it? Yeah? Okay. We got 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Okay. Oh, okay. 4. Okay, so you've done that too. 5, 6. Wow, working on it. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, guys, can we just all celebrate? Fuck yeah. I'm gonna ow! My hands hurt. I'm clapping because this is fucking awesome. Like, I'm red in my face, actually. I'm so excited for you. Seriously, that's amazing. That is amazing work. Like, I'm hot, actually. Oh my God. This is so cool. You have no idea how important that is when you cut that shit out of you. When you just understand that, yeah, you call them mom and dad, but they're not mom and dad. You are mom and dad. Like, you're better mom and dad, okay? You are like the best parent you could ever have to yourself. And you can do it now. I mean, I'm doing it now. I'm an awesome parent to myself, okay? And my parents suck ass. And they're not really parents. So I don't even treat them like parents. I have this pity towards them and this like, they're kind of like strangers. Mom the monster. Yeah, you guys should read the story that I wrote. If you want it, email me and I'll send it to you to read. Actually, we're going to start sharing the stories we're writing. We have over 600 stories that our members produce, or members of community, of my community Emberville. Or come to my free circle this Saturday, or come join my community, because that's what we do in there. We write this shit out into creative stories, and you will hack the shit out of your parents in there if you want, fictionally. So first of all, you're protected, because you can share it online and nobody can guess that this is your mom. Like, you turn her into a dragon, and she breathes fire and you fucking cut her to pieces. I don't know, whatever you want to do. So yeah, exactly. You're better. You're better. You're a better parent. I'm so happy you're saying that's incredible, Angel or Angelica. So does that answer your question? User 3077. Can we move on? Move on to the next one. How do you improve poor memory from trauma? So I think I talked about this before. You don't have poor memory. Okay, it's not poor memory. Yes, cut her to pieces. Hell yeah. Yes, cut that bitch. Go, go, go. Woo. Do it. You don't have anything to improve. Okay, this is what I thought. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was broken. I thought my memory was bad. Guess what, you guys? My memory is exceptional. I remember some things with photographic clarity. It's just that my memory is selective because my brain protected me from the worst shit. It is a really good memory. It's just that there are specific holes, but they're not holes. It's just I'm not ready. And maybe I'll die and I'll never be ready to process it. And I came to... You're so cute. Yeah, I do hope you can see a 5-year-old in me, because for the first time in my life, I'm actually not ashamed or not scared to let it out and like totally be myself. And I don't give a fuck anymore what people will think. And so you can get there too. But I just want you to own this. Sierra Vina, tell us what your name is, where you're from. There's nothing wrong with your memory. Can we please all tell Sierra Vina 13, there is nothing wrong with your memory. What's happening is your brain is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay? Your brain is protecting you. It's a beautiful, amazing machine. And the fact that you don't remember is good. Because honestly, every time I try to go back into my memories, I have such severe panic attacks that I stopped. And I realized you can heal without remembering. That's what this thing is for. This thing in your head, okay? This is what it does to you. So there is, and I mean, tell us more about your situation if this is really answering. Yeah, you really needed this? You're welcome, Morgan. Absolutely. I just hate this idea that we're portrayed in society as broken. Yeah? Any of you have had this experience? Oh, you've been through trauma. Oh, poor you, Oh, you need help. Well, this can help, or you can do yoga. You can do breathing. Oh, maybe you can change your diet, or you can go to support group. They help. It's like, fuck you. It's just like, seriously, I'm not broken. There is nothing that's ever been broken in me. I'm not the one who's broken. It's the other people, the ones who hurt me. Yeah? It's not even pity. It's like, I'm like a second sword and I need to be fixed. I don't need to be fixed. So all of you don't need to be fixed. The problem is that people don't understand how our memories function. The problem is that people go, oh, you must have an early dementia. Oh my God, you gotta go to the doctor. They'll give you pills. Fuck you. No, I don't. I have excellent memory. It's just that the stuff that my brain chooses for me not to process because my body's not ready, it's not showing it to me. So when I'm ready, it will. And if it won't, that's fine too, you know? And the fact that I'm fucking forgetting stuff in the middle of a sentence doesn't mean that I'm not listening to you, or I don't love you somehow, or I don't respect you. Like, it's all bullshit. Oh, you're a therapist? Hey, we have a therapist in our midst. This is awesome, because I'm not a therapist. Hold on, what did you say? I'm a therapist, and say exactly that. Focus on, yes, awesome. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Tracy, for talking about, about our workshop. So I really, really want to give this message to you guys so badly, to just embrace what you have as a strength. I'm Russian. Yeah, из России. Not as weakness, like stuff that happened to you. You know, look at this. Like, look at everybody, all of us on the fringes. Yeah, look at if you have any friends or people who are disabled, right? They're just shoved into this like under the rug. Oh, you're not normal. Or if somebody has dyslexia, you know, or the entire LGBTQ community. I mean, it's just like those of us who don't fit into the standards of society, of how we're supposed to function, we're just like swept off, you know? And it's like, there's nothing wrong with us. We just function differently. Even think about this, ADD or ADHD. Any of you have had this label? Any of you go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm ADD. Any of you have done this, what I've done? Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm ADD, I forgot this. Oh, I'm so sorry, like I'm wrong somehow. And like I have this label. Well, guess what? I used to be on ADD meds and ADHD meds and all kinds of meds, and I'm not on any of them. Like, I don't take any meds right now. So what? Was I misdiagnosed? I don't care. You know, what I care about, that I'm healthy, I'm fine, I can focus, I know how to take care of myself, and I don't need any fucking meds. So that's, again, another label. You're being put into this bucket. Oh, you're disabled somehow. Oh, you're sick. You're not normal. You have ADD. Well, fuck that. That's actually a talent, you know? Because when you have ADD, you can focus on 20 things. How many other people can do that? You can hear every sound and see everything. You can smell stuff and taste it at once. That is a fucking amazing talent. I tell you that. Exactly. You can hyperfocus. Who else can hyperfocus? It's a great skill. So instead of taking us as we are with what we have to offer to society as an advantage, you know, we're being slammed like, oh, we're weak. Oh, we're sick. I love that. Yeah, Nikki E.T. Witch, or tell me what your name is. So it pisses me off, you know, and that's another reason why I'm here. And hopefully we can together just keep pushing this message out to people and saying, look, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my memory. There's nothing wrong with how I remember things. There's nothing wrong with me focusing, hyper-focusing, or not being able to focus. There's nothing wrong with me having insomnia. There's nothing wrong with me having anxiety. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. This is how I function because I got fucked up, you know? And so this is now how my body learned to survive. And by the way, it's a special talent. I would like to see you going through the stuff that I went through and see what's going to happen to you. Like, I survived. I'm fucking strong. And all of this, these are my battle scars. It's not a disorder. I hate that we get this label, that we are somehow wrong. You're very welcome. Yes. So come here. I will pound it into your head so you can go out there and you fucking tell that to people, to their faces. Get out of my fucking face. There is nothing wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with my body. There is nothing wrong with my memory. There is nothing wrong with, you know, how I'm functioning. There's nothing wrong, and I don't need your ADD meds and ADHD meds and your insomnia meds and all those meds. I don't. All I need is a little understanding. I just need you to hear my story. Oh, you don't want to listen to my story? Huh, I wonder. Yeah, it's hard to believe that an adult raped a little girl. Oh, you didn't think that happened? You know what? Every second to third woman in the world has experienced sexual assault by the time that she turned 18. What does that make it? Oh, yeah, and if you go look at the police reports, over 85% of those people are relatives. I'm sorry, what does that make it? Oh, incest? You don't like that word, huh? It sounds really dirty. Well, probably your neighbor has been the victim. Maybe even someone you married has been the victim. They haven't told you. Just look at the fucking statistics and wake up. You know, that is what we need to tell people. And that is not our fault, okay? So, antidepressant. Yes, I hate that. Hate it with a passion. That we're being fed pills and that our brains are treated separately from our body. I'm sorry, what is this? This is my box of bones and my brain is a fucking clot of fat cells. Why are you treating it differently, right? Like it's all in the same place. Let me, hold on. There's been a bunch of awesome comments. Yeah, so there's nothing to dislike. Nickel Wonton, you're perfect. You're beautiful. I love you, okay? Nothing to dislike. Morgan, I'm really sorry. Fuck that. I fucking hate antidepressants. Yeah, go to social worker. They listen. I mean, if you have such a privilege and you are actually get out. So you want to get your story out. So Morgan, come to my free circle on Saturday. We're going to be writing stories. Okay. Oh my God, there's been a lot. So, but let me get back to Arvina 13. Does that answer your question? I got like all excited in here because this is obviously pretty close to home, right? This topic. Okay. So, that's a good, oh, how do you join it? The link is in my bio. Go to the link in my bio and the first link at the top will say register. I want to register for a free circle. So do that one. So Kelly asked, how do I stop judging old habits? I fall back into it. You mean judging old habits or just how to stop falling into old habits in general? Can you clarify a little? If you can please go ahead and comment. The way I see your question is kind of like, okay, you're welcome. So it helped, Morgan? Okay. It's a pattern of your behavior and you don't, how to stop old habits, right? Kelly, does that make sense? Okay, so how to stop old habits. By the way, guys, this is a really safe community. So I'm sharing all of my truth and vulnerability, my heart, my soul, my everything with you. And I hope you can share that with me. If you see any assholes in here in the comments or anybody, because I'm trying to read everything, but if you see anything, just call them out. I'll block their asses. No question asked. Like anybody is acting weird, because sometimes it scrolls really fast and I just want to keep it safe for everybody. So just tell me, because sometimes somebody would show up and, yes, only positivity. No fucking trolls here. Like, zero tolerance, absolutely. So just tell me if there's anybody who's acting weird, then they're gone. Let me paraphrase, Kelly. Is that yes? Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Yes, please, because we've had a few last night, and I kind of missed one of them. He started being weird and is like, oh, you're very beautiful. Like as soon as somebody tells me that, I'm like, I want to block your ass. Like this is not my value and like, get the fuck out of here. Unless, sometimes I was wrong because it was another girl. It's like, oh, I just wanted to tell you so, but it's a trigger for me. So old habits is old behaviors. Okay. And you can't stop them. Okay, so let me just clarify something. When you talk about stopping old habits, that's very violent. And I don't mean that you mean it. What I mean is it's like you stop. Like, how do I stop? But you can't stop. Like you can't stop your body or your brain with like a button. You're not a computer. There's no like chopping motion, right? To stop it. So the first thing that needs to be done is for you to understand where they're coming from. And you don't know that because again, which pisses me off, we don't do this kind of work. Like we don't do daily mental health exercise, which is actually pulling it out of yourself and going, why the fuck am I doing this? Like any of you have like these repeating patterns of behaviors, you just fall into that trap over and over and over and over again, right? So again, for me, it was writing because when I wrote, I started seeing myself. Like, do you know even who you are? Those of us who grew up in dysfunctional, abusive families, we don't even know who we are. Like, guys, for me, I think it was in the last 5 years that I actually discovered who I am, what I want to do with my life. And I'm already fucking 45. Like, I wish I knew that in my 20s, but I didn't. Because it was these people in my head, you know, telling me what to do, which were the abusers from my past, right? So, for me, the eye-opener was to write the stories that my inner child told me, because I started seeing the patterns of behavior. Does it make sense? Like, I started actually seeing where the habits are coming from. And then I found the root. And the root was always coming down to a person. I just want to make sure that this makes sense. Oh, congratulations, Teresa. Can we please say congratulations? Fuck yes. Awesome. So, do you guys follow this line of thinking? I want to make sure that you understand, so I don't just talk some fucking nonsense and it's not useful. Okay? So, Kelly, just talk to me, and everybody talk to me. The bad habit is not a bad habit that you have to get out of you. It always is rooted in a person. Okay? You gotta find that first instance when some asshole, some son of a bitch, some, you know, whoever it was in your life gave you the seed of that bad habit. Yeah, okay. So you get it, Kelly? So Kelly, what you need to do, and any of you guys, if you're struggling with the old habits, what you need to do, again, is sit down and talk to your inner child and say, hey, what's the habit? Let them tell you the story. Not you as an adult, but say, hey, what's going... So you really have to listen. Do you know how you talk to a kid who doesn't want to tell you something? You start asking them like this weird question, like really kind of around, like, hey, what's your favorite animal? Like you hope for them to get talking. You have to do the same shit to yourself, okay? To your inner child, until they tell you, until they feel safe enough to show you. For me, some of the stuff, like this book took me 5 years to write. 5 years. And about 1 million discarded words. I think I had 10 or 11 drafts, because it was about me confronting my father. It was so close to home. It was really difficult for me to put it down. So I saw so many of my patterns in there, because I'm in there as a little girl. Actually, if you want to see this inner child work for real, in here I have multiple ages of me. This little girl, literally a woman goes into different compartments on a train, and in every compartment there's a new memory, and she talks to her, like she becomes herself, that child. And that's how I found out where are my habits are coming from. And I was like, they're not mine. So the one thing I found is I picked them up from my mom, my stepmom, my dad, my grandma. Okay? So Kelly, does it make sense? Like all of this stuff, you know, guys, okay, to all of you, a question. Do you know why it is so hard to battle old habits? Oh, I'm going over time, you guys. I'm supposed to go to bed. So I'm going to wrap it up really quickly. I love you so much, and I could talk probably all night, but then I'll probably will not wake up tomorrow on time. So Kelly, I just want to hear from you so that, you know, that makes sense. You got to come up down with, you know, you got to go down deep into that to see who planted that habit in you and see that it's not yours. There's probably very few of that stuff that's yours. So it's not that the habit itself that you fall back into, is that you become that person who told you about that habit. Does it make sense? Are you guys following? Right? Okay, I want to make sure we take care of you, Kelly. Okay, so, you want to read this book? Sure. Hold on. You don't read, but you're willing. So let me, do you guys want to take a screenshot? You can, okay, you're scared. Hey, can we all please send love to Kelly? Everybody, please. It's K22LLY. Because Kelly is scared to find the root. Can we all just say, you got this, Kelly? You got it. We're here for you. You're not alone. You can fucking kick those people out of your head. Can we please all do, love slap? Please Send your love to Kelly right now. Tag and say, you got this. Kelly, you got this. Please tag Kelly. Say, you got this. Kelly, you got this. Kelly, look, there's 52 of us right now here. I'm looking at the count, and we're all telling you, you got this. You can do it. You got this, okay? You're not alone anymore. Look at, can you imagine a full room of us? 52 people? We all are holding your heart right now. You can do this. Kick them out. Yes, do love slap. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. You're not alone. I've done it. Hey, anybody else? Tell Kelly, I've done it too. I've done it. I've done it. Yes, we're gonna, it's my dream to have a room full of people, for us to have a party together, you know, once COVID is over. And I don't know how I'm gonna make it happen, but I really want to do it. So, Kelly, is this helping? Oh, God, I hope it is. Yeah, you're not alone. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm going to show you my book. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera. Can you see it? If you want to take a screenshot. Okay, do you want to take a screenshot? Yeah, we will do meet and greet. We will do a local meet and greet here in Seattle. I'm working on it. I'm going to do a meetup. And if you're willing to drive, if you're in Washington State. Okay, did you get the screenshot? Okay, cool. So this book on my website is $25. I printed with a special printer and I sign it and I send it to you. Most of this money is going to go to me. However, if you're totally fucking broke, go to Amazon. It's cheaper in there. I think over on Amazon it's 15 or 16 bucks or something like that. I won't sign it to you, but you'll get it cheaper. Oh, you're in Seattle. Yeah, we're going to have a meetup in Seattle. So, or you can buy an ebook. It's even cheaper still as an ebook. So, hang on, how do I flip the camera back? Okay. You guys, I'm going over time. So I'm going to go sleep. I wanted to ask you for tomorrow, really quickly, before we wrap up. I trust you. She wrote the writer. Guys, I trust you. If you want to get any of my books, if you have no money, you can, yeah, totally. Come to Seattle. We're going to have a meetup. If you come to Seattle and you tell me you come, we'll make it happen. All of my books except this one are free ebooks. You can download them on my site for free. And I trust you with that. Either at one point you'll support me somehow or donate money or whatever, or support another creator. Okay? I made them free because I was broke, a single mom, and I had no money. And so, this is for you. Oh, Seattle meet and greet. Yes. Oh, Tracy's coming to Seattle. I'm going to meet Tracy. So, maybe COVID will lift it up and I'll travel. I really want to go see. How do you download the book? You can buy an ebook on Amazon. The tube, you can buy it there. So, hold on. So let me see. Oh, guys. Oh, I forgot. For tomorrow, what do you want me to make the video about? Just start typing. So I have a list here. Flashbacks, bad dreams, obsessive thoughts. I was going to make a video on how to control emotions. Does that sound good for tomorrow? How to control emotions? Do you want? How to control emotions? Yay, nay? Just start shouting. Because I have a list you asked me for. See, I'm writing it down. Having a bad day, self-doubt, why do I let people abuse me, empathy for abuser, how to remember trauma, grieving over never having mom and dad, like the real family, so just type really quickly because I need to go to bed. So type quickly, how to control emotions. Yeah? Does this sound good? Self-doubt. Okay, just vote. Type. Empathy for abuser. Okay. Anything else? Come on. Type really fast. Just everybody type. Empathy towards mom. Empathy towards abuser. Whoa. Is that a yes is for empathy towards abuser? I'm usually okay. Flashbacks. Why do I let people abuse me? Okay, I got that one. How to control emotions. Okay, so I got 3 contenders. How to control emotions is one. Why do I let people abuse me? And then empathy for abuser. I got 3. Does that sound about right? I'll be on usually from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific time in the morning. And then I go live at night from 9 to 10 p.m. Pacific time. So today, empathy for abusers. Okay, I got 3. So guys, I'll make all 3. It's just, you know, I make 1 video per day. Okay, so I got empathy for abuser. Then why do I let people abuse me? And how to control emotions. Empathy for... Okay. Thank you, Tracy, so much for typing. Oh, so empathy for abuser. Okay, so basically, like, why the fuck do you still feel empathy for abuser and how to stop it? Did I get that right? Or type a sentence about empathy for abuser, just so I understand, so that we're on the same page. So I'm not just going to be talking into the void, but I'm actually going to make something useful. Okay, I got yeses. Okay, right. Okay, cool. Hey, applesauce, dude. Hey, you're a little late. We're wrapping up already now. Okay, I'm really happy, guys. Go comment on my videos. I'm trying to answer every single comment. I no longer can, but I read them all. And then, you know, if I don't respond for some reason, you know, and if you need more, go follow me on Instagram, send me a direct message there, or come. Okay, why do I still feel empathy for abuser if this is useful for me? Okay, so why we're feeling empathy for abuser, okay? Okay, keep typing for a few more minutes. I just want to see. Oh, I love you very much right back. Fragile95, I love you. Absolutely. So, does that sound right, you guys? Why do we still feel empathy towards our abusers, and how the fuck stop it? How to stop it? Yeah? I thought it was good to feel empathy. Okay, just type some more. I'm beginning to fade. Just type faster. Okay, I'm not seeing any more. Okay, yes. I got a bunch yeses. All right. I think I'm done. Yes, and to stop it. How to stay calm. Okay. Okay, so I'll basically go dig into my own empathy. Like, I still love my dad and I still love my mom, right? And I'll tell you how I got over that. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go sleep, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video. I also post videos on my community account here, Visit Emberville, so go take a look at that. If you want to come to my free circle this Saturday, go register. Link is in my bio. If you want to join my community, again, link is in the bio. You can learn more about it, or message me on Instagram, you know, send me a direct message and I'll give you a discount to try the first month for $15. It's unlimited workshops, you know, that we do, but I'm going to be doing a free one every Saturday. So I'll see you tomorrow. Please take care of yourself. Please tell yourself and your inner child, I love you. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, I love you. Okay? You're my family. Okay? I'm your family. We're the family that we never had. So, fuck all those guys. We're better together. Okay? Bye. Good night.